afternoon, my MPP peeps. Well, today it looked like we're going to get continuation to the downside, but the bulls came in for the stick save, and look where they came in to a T. This 0.382 retrace, this first one that we mentioned this morning, this 3645. Let me make this a little clearer for you guys. So that 3645 was from this low, late October, is when they announced, all the Moderna vaccination efficacy results. And, oh no, sorry, it's from here. Never mind. It's from here, the 0.382. This low right here, after the efficacy results, and we had that pullback, and then we continued higher. So it's from this low, November 19th, to this high. The 0.382 retrace is 3645. They tagged it 3645.18, pretty much to a T, and nearly closed this thing back above the 10 SMA. We closed at 3668. That 10 SMA is at 3669. So what do we need to see to know that odds are in favor of this 3745 getting hit next before any deeper pullback? I just want to see a close above the 10 SMA, ideally a close above today's high, which was 3678. We get a close above that tomorrow, that could be a nice gap up Monday morning opportunity for us. So if we can get that close above, I'll have a few trades tomorrow to buy at the end of the day, and then hold into the weekend and see if we can get a nice gap up Monday. If we can't close above the 10 SMA on the S&P, I'm not going to put any new trades on heading into the weekend. Because why? The risk is too great. We could gap down, head below today's low, go to more these other targets, 3626 and then 3606, which again is our line in the sand before I start to look at lower levels like this 3353. But as long as bulls can hold this 3606, I still think we hit this 3745 before any deeper pullback. So let's see if we can get that confirmation tomorrow. I would love to get long a few names heading into the weekend to make some nice money on Monday morning. So tomorrow's close, very important. Today was kind of this indecision day. I like that the bulls let the bears test this 3645 and then they just bought it up. That gets me excited for a continued rally, but I need confirmation. We need confirmation. So we'll look for that tomorrow. The Qs came down and tested the 0.236 retrace, and that's from this low to this high, tagged it basically to a T, 298.09 was the low today, and bounced right off it. Still closed below the 10 SMA, so still iffy, but it's a really nice start if the bulls want to put in a bottom right here and head to our next target of 316. So tomorrow, just like the S&P, I want to see a close above the 10 SMA, preferably above today's high of 303.68. We can close above that. Odds are we get a nice gap up on Monday morning. So tomorrow's close, very important, and will dictate if we take on new trades or not. Let's look at the VIX. VIX spiked, closed pretty high up in this range. Okay, here's our range. We closed pretty much as high as it could go in this range, and we spiked all the way up to 2350, but then closed back in this range. So that's good news for the bulls that we sold off towards the end of the day. If we started spiking here, then it's showing that fear is increasing. Bulls might think there's going to be some profit taking soon. I want to sidestep this market, but they sold this off. So this still is a pretty neutral VIX reading. We'll have to see what happens tomorrow. Do we get a big old spike, close of the high a day kind of thing? Then that would portend a possible gap down on Monday. So we'll be watching this VIX. I think this VIX is going to help tell us the story as we move along here. Just so you guys know, you guys probably saw I bought UVXY June 18th. So next year, June 18th, 5 strike calls. I did that because I saw a ton of call buying today in that strike. So someone believes in that strike and likes that June expiration date. Since volatility, buying volatility is so cheap here, I went ahead and put a bet down, and it's really more of a hedge. Okay, it's more of a hedge against other longs. If we do get that spike, say the the economy begins to sour once again because of the surge in coronavirus cases, and we do get that spike, we could potentially make a lot of coin because the UVXY is a leveraged long on the VIX, okay, on the volatility. So could get a nice payday. Our risk is limited to just what we put in those calls. And if I lost it all, I'm not going to shed too many tears because I got plenty of longs on to make up for it plus some. So we'll see what happens with those calls. But the call buying I was seeing today was definitely something to take notice. All right, let's go through a few names. Let's go to the names we bought today. This VLDR gap down this morning, bought that gap down. I think we bought 1905. Already up pretty nicely on this trade. I think nearly 5 or 6%. If we can get above this high right here of 22.99, we close above 23, I'm going to add to this position. Okay, this is a growth system name. We're in a 1/8 position, and we close above this 23 area. I'm getting in another 1/8, and we'll keep riding this thing. And our target is 45. Okay, so if this story, this automated driving story, continues to take shape and gets more and more believers behind it, and we see volume like this continue to pour into this type of name, 45 is not out of the question, and that's more than double from here. CLNE, we got in this one yesterday, nearly got stopped out, but this trend line, it held this uptrend line, so that saved us, and we closed back above the 10 SMA today, 10 cents above, so that's good. And I'm still looking for 6. Okay, and our stop has been moved to $4.25 intraday. And if at some point, if we close below the 10 SMA tomorrow, we'll be stopped out via a close below the 10 SMA. So, still this thing's hanging on and still has hope. I still think, this thing could run to 6. All right, some names we're watching tomorrow. And this is in case we get that above 10 SMA close on the Qs, above 10 SMA close on the SPX. This rocket I'm looking at, I like how it's consolidating above the 10 SMA, a lot of call buying coming in, a lot of bullish activity. So definitely considering this as a long in the dip buying system. This TAN on our ready to rock list. Nice day today, recovery after it tested the 0.382 retrace once again and held. General markets can close above their 10 SMA. This TAN can close above its 10 SMA tomorrow. That's a trigger for me to get long, and I'm going for this 93. And then Apple. I like the day it had today in a red market, up 1.20%, back above its 10 SMA. If it can have another strong close tomorrow, again, the indices close above their 10 SMAs. I think this Apple is a long. and going for 130 first target, and then this 150, 160 area as a dream upper target. Okay, so I think tomorrow in the morning probably not going to be any trading. I highly doubt it. And I'll wait till close to see if we get above those levels that I want to see us close above, and then I'll put on some trades for a possible gap up Monday morning. Okay, any questions, guys? Anything you want me to go over? Thoughts on Etsy? Wow, yeah, nice move. Yep, I mean, it's above that 10 SMA, bull flagging. If this thing wants another leg higher, let's look at this real fast. This little 1.618 will get you to 173, and then this bigger one potentially gets you to 180. So between 173 and 180, if you want to take a trigger above 167.92, that's the high. You hit that 168, try to make 5 quick points. It's getting extended. That's why I just wouldn't stay in it. I wouldn't overstay my welcome. You are getting extended here. Ash. Oh, all-time highs today. Yeah. All-time highs today. Almost. All-time highs is 167.92, and it got 167.62 today. So, yeah, almost all-time highs. Anybody else? Anybody else have any thoughts? One thing I do want to get some exposure to, and that is 3D printing. And looking at a few names right now, we're doing some due diligence just to look at some names. And I'm looking at a 3D printing name for the growth system. This DDD, tremendous move, tremendous over the last month. And I'd like to buy, an 8th position somewhere. This DDD is a contender. Nice move above his 200 SMA. Looks like we could have put in a very long-term bottom. You go to the monthly, and I'm seeing a lot of these type charts in the 3D printing space. Let me get rid of all these notes I've had from forever. So, I mean, this has been on a disgusting downtrend, this whole entire sector. And it looks like they finally want to put in this bottom. I mean, look at this divergence, guys. So we got a low here and this low in the RS. This is the monthly chart. Low, extreme low, another low. Price got lower, but look at RS. Look at relative strength, higher. That's the kind of divergence you want to see at a bottom. So, this could be just the beginning of a move back up here to the 40s, 50s. Let's look at SSYS, another contender. Same kind of chart. Get rid of some of this. Ugly downtrend, but again, look at that divergence. You got price low, you got a lower price low, higher RSI. Okay, so you got nice positive divergence. And I'm going to do a little due diligence to see which of these 3D printing companies has the best balance sheet and poised for long-term growth. We'll get that to you hopefully shortly and have a trade in the growth system. That's all I got. If no one has any other questions or thoughts, let's meet back up here in the morning. May not have a stretch if we open just flat, because like I said, the open isn't important, it's the close that's important tomorrow. So if we open flat, I have no other trading ideas to present in the morning. I'm going to postpone it till the afternoon, so just so you know. But whenever I see you, remember, don't trade for thrills. Just consistently make those dollar bills. See you guys.